and you add those together. Put my terms together. So 3x minus 2x is x. Negative 2 plus 4 is plus 2. So f plus g of x is a new function and it's x plus 2. The biggest mistake people make on these is going too far. For some reason, people want to set it equal to 0 and solve. Does it tell me to solve anything? Just says find f plus g of x. That's it. I'm done. I stop. Questions about that one? Good? The next one. What do you have to be, anyone remember, what do you have to be careful about with subtraction? Parentheses. Why do you use parentheses? True. Why? Yeah, the negative needs to be distributed to both the 4 and the negative 2. So I have 3x minus 2 minus 4 plus 2x. Combine like terms, and I get 5x minus 6. Sure. F times g of x is f of x times g of x. So I do 3x minus 2 times 4 minus 2x. Again, parentheses are needed on this one as well. How do you multiply two binomials? Distribute. So FOIL or distribute, either word is good. First order interlapse. 12x minus 6x squared minus 8 plus 4x. Combine like terms together. So I get negative 6x squared plus 16x minus 8. F divided by g of x. F of x divided by g of x. F of x is 3x minus 2. G of x is 4 minus 2x. Don't try to simplify those. We will learn how to do that in the spring, how to simplify a rational expression. But for now, you don't know how to do it. So I would do it incorrectly, so don't do it. Leave it as it sits. Any questions about that one? What's the difference in this slide and last slide? Oh. There's a number involved. So f plus g of 2 means f of 2 plus g of 2. Really careful on this. What it does not mean is times 2. A lot of people will do f plus g of x and then multiply everything by 2. That's not what that means. Everyone understand? It's f of 2 plus g of 2. Well, how can you find f of 2? Plug 2 in for f. So 6 minus 2, which is 4. G of 2, which is 0. So when you have a number, you're going to get a number answer. Any questions about that one? Quick poll. Do I need to work all 4 of these? Maybe one more? Which one looks like the hardest one? So which one? This one. This. So this means f of negative 3 times g of negative 3. So the first thing I'm going to do is figure out what the notation means. It means f of negative 3 times g of negative 3. F of negative 3 is negative 9 minus 2, which is negative 11. G of negative 3 is 10. So I put the negative 3. G of negative 2 times negative 3 is positive 6. 6 plus 4 is 10. And you are not, you can use your calculator, so if adding and subtracting gets you. It's
right.
Yeah. So you've done this before too. Which class did you come from? Okay, any questions? So that's what can X be. And you know domain, which you could graph it that way, or it's what can X be. Does that make sense? A composition, which I can work on my definition and make it for this article. F of G of X, when you see that means F of G of X, like, does this look familiar to everyone? G of F of X means G parentheses F of X. It is something, I think at the beginning, did we already put this on a note card? It wouldn't be a bad idea for this to be on a note card so that you see, so that you can look back and remind yourself what this means.
So does that mean making that part in the future?
I feel like y'all already did. If not, then yes, thank you.
Teacher, I'm going to see the interruption. Mary Condon, students were supposed to be released at 8:45. If any of them are still in your class, would you please release them at this time?
Oh, from the last slide? There's not any numbers in here. Okay, from the bell ringer? Yeah, hold on, and I think I have that on the next slide. Oh, I think we'll do what? Okay, we'll see if it's the same number. It's your hand. You're fine.
Come on.
I just making sure. I think we are going to have that problem with the cat. So I have 4 problems up here: 2 with X's, 2 without X's. So F of G of X. The very first thing I would do to do F of G of X is rewrite it, correct? As F of G of X. I'm going to work from the inside out. I'm going to find the inside part first. So G of X. What's G of X? 4 minus 2x. So I'm going to do F of parentheses 4 minus 2x. And something I told you when we first learned this, time out for just a minute. How do you find F of 1? You put 1 in for x. How do you find F of a million? A million in for x. How do you find F of smiley face? Smiley face in for x. So how do you find F of 4 minus 2x? You put 4 minus 2x in where you see x in the f function. Well, f is 3x minus 2. Notice where the x was, I left a blank. And so in that blank, what am I going to put there? Okay, so does everyone see how it works? This was a hard part when we learned this the first time. If you remember, the first time we learned this, we actually spent 2 days on this. We did the first day on the adding and subtracting and the second day on composition. So how are we doing? It's much faster this time than the first. Any questions on this one? So I get 12 minus 6x minus 2. So 10 minus 6x. And so that is f of g of x is 10 minus 6x. Questions about that one? I'm going to skip g of f of x and I'm going to do the g of f of x on the second slide because it's got square going to save that one and do a little bit harder. But I want to do one with a number in it before I move on. F of g of -1. First of all, what's my first step always? Rewrite it. F of g of -1. I'm going to work from the inside out. So I'm going to find g of -1 first. So side note, g of -1 is 4 minus 2 times -1, or 6. So I'm going to find f of 6. I'm going to go into that function. 6 times 3 is 18. That's how composition of functions works. Was anyone in this class not in here when we learned this the first time? Besides Chris, and he learned it and freaked out. Everyone was already here by this point. So it's the second time around for everyone. Okay, let's do one of these because why is this a little tougher? There's a square in it. Does anyone know which way is the tougher way? F of g or g of f? There's a lot of thought all at once. I'm just curious. Now, which on this one, F of g or g of f? One's a little tougher. It's actually F of g. Itty bitty g. Let's do F of g. And you'll see why it's tough. And we'll do g of f and you'll see why it's tough. Okay, F of g. I'm putting 4 minus 3x, which is g, into f of x. Right? And so I get 4 minus 3x parentheses squared plus 2. Why is that hard? Why is that hard?
Do you have to have like 3x parentheses and another for it?
Yes. What does it mean to square something? Multiply it by itself. So to do this problem, I have to FOIL 4 minus 3x times 4 minus 3x. So this is the type of problem that we probably would have, if we had a hard time, this would have been the one we had a hard time with. Right. And so I need to FOIL that. So I get 9x squared minus 24x plus 8. So that one was tough. That's kind of the hard problem of the day. Any questions about that? In just a second. I've got about 5 more minutes. Does anyone need to see any more examples from this slide? Okay. That's your homework. The first question I've had so far since I've been working on homework is about domain. Paige, will you tell me the question you were working on in that question? So, 2x minus 3 divided by what? There are 2 ways, and this is f divided by g. Yeah. There are 2 ways you can do domain. One way is to graph it, right? Can you always graph it and read from left to right? Just an extension to that, because I feel like we've done that a lot. Let's talk about why things don't fit in the domain. What is domain? into all of the x values, right? Well, another question, if you don't want to pick your calculator up, and again, I'm not telling you not to, please do. Take a look in your calculator. Do go get your calculator, read from left to right. Just show up and look on stuff. But just an algebraic question, are there any x's I can't plug into this? That if I tried to plug them in, my calculator would spit it out and say, no, you can't do that. When do calculators do that? When you try to divide by 0. What would make you divide by 0? What number would make you divide by 0? If x was 5. So you know what the domain is?
5.
Everything but 5. So you were
So bad.
when we did it, we looked at our calculator, and in our calculator, this could be wrong on the way it turns. Looks something like that.
Yes.
And so negative infinity to 5 to infinity. Everything but 5 is the domain of that. Does everyone see why? Anyway, interesting that you could do it by hand. You can also do the calculator. I don't know how you do it. Either way works. Or you could say all real numbers except for 5. What was your question? Okay, so I'm going to stop the video, but I can answer some questions from last time. How do we feel about today? Pretty good? So you can answer domain any way you want. I gave you a new way you can get domain. The problems you can encounter at this point in algebra are zeros in denominator and negatives under square roots. Those are the 2 reasons domain would be limited. Again, you can just use your calculator to find that. But just a little extra knowledge.